Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Preach hate speech. We don't preach hate speech in this platform. We don't preach hate speech. All we do here is to set the record straight. We don't talk against people. We don't demonize people. We don't talk down on people. We don't try to blackmail people. We speak the truth and nothing but the truth. The truth without sentiment. The truth you can hear on this channel is not because we love somebody, not because somebody is our tribe or somebody is our relation. That is not why we say what we say. We say what we say because it is the right thing to say. Every time I come to this channel, I say what I say because it is the right thing to say. I post the videos I post because they are the right thing to post. I'm not posting the video because the people who are making the video are Biafrans. I'm not posting the video because the person who made the video is my friend or my enemy. But I am making the video because I post the video because those are things that are real. Reality. That is what we deal with on this very platform. And today we want to talk about the court case of our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. Every single one of us witnessed what happened yesterday in the court. We all witnessed what happened in the court today. There's nothing that happened that surprises any one of us. For those who have been following issues, how it has been happening from the one up to now, those who are following up, you will know that there is nothing to be surprised about. The courts of yesterday, just as the previous days, goes the way they are always planning it. But from every indication, the only important thing you have to bear at the back of your mind is that there is no case against mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no single case against mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigerian government has no case against mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only strategy they are using is to continue to postpone the case, adjournment, and delay. They want to try to delay mazi Nnamdi Kanu as much as they can. That is the only thing they do. That's the only thing. They have nothing to offer. Every time you watch the case, every time you watch mazi Nnamdi Kanu appearing in court, it is not different from what I've been saying. They always try to make a plan on how to postpone the case. That is always their plan. Talk of sitting down to debate the case, to talk about the case. They are not ready to sit and debate the case of mazi Nnamdi Kanu because the case is baseless. It is baseless. And as you see in the last court, the same thing played out. The same scenario played out in the last court. During the court case, you saw what happened during the court. Our lead counsel, Ozokome, have come out to explain what transpired in the court. And every one of us have heard it and heard it in one way or the other. In case you don't know, or in case you have forgotten, it is very clear that there is no case against mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The charges they have brought against mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which was struck down to 7. The government on their own decided to reduce it again to 6, which we rejected. Our lead counsel rejected because that is a strategy to delay the case. Mike Ozokome, the lead counsel, and the lawyers of mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected that very thing they brought up about reducing the case, amending the case to be 6 instead of 7. This time, it is not our lawyers that are quashing the case. It is the Janjaweed government by themselves that try to bring the case down to 6. But we reject that. Our lawyers rejected it because that is a strategy to delay the case. It's a strategy to delay the case because if they decide to accept that and allow it to go on, that means the court of yesterday will not hold. The court of yesterday they will now begin to look into the amendment of that very amendment. After looking at that amendment, it's going to take another adjournment. It might be another adjournment for next month or another adjournment for a very long time before they will look into the case. But as Chukwuka have it, our lawyers were able to stand their ground to make sure that the case remains the way it is and the case proceeds. What does that show you? It shows you that these people have no case against mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Each time you see them coming out to brag, coming out to push out their blackmail, they have no case against him. Even when they are looking for evidence outside, causing all manner of trouble, killing innocent Biafrans, causing all manner of establishing different kinds of unknown gunmen in order to frame up mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yet every of that very thing they are doing cannot hold water. It doesn't hold water. But I thank you that on that court yesterday, the court held. And at the end of the court, what happened? The court was supposed to be the hearing of the bail application of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the bail application had been tendered. The bail wasn't rejected, but the lawyers were being told to go and make more proof, provide more evidence that the judge is going to see the reason why she is going to grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bail, because of the previous accusation they're making against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he jumped bail. So, in the next sitting, which is coming up very soon, I think it's either 26 or 28, on that sitting, we are going to hear the bail. And bail will be granted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even if everything is impossible, everything is possible in the eyes of the Janjaweed, they can decide to delay it, they can decide to postpone it, they can decide to bring another game again, another gimmick. But it is very clear that from what the judge said, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserves a bail. From what the judge said, that the lawyer should go and expand their argument and prove to her why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be granted bail after not being in court for a very long time in the previous time. And this is a case that has been settled already. Already, you and I know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won this case in Abia State. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already won a case that regards to the issue of jumping bail in Abia State. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail. There are evidences everywhere to show that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail. Even the live coverage of the event that happened in the home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still on Facebook. It's still on Facebook. You can go there and search it out. So when the judge says you should go and provide evidence, it doesn't mean that she doesn't know the evidence. She knows, but she wants the lawyers to go and do some work. And the lawyers are getting back to work to do what they're supposed to do. There are several evidence. Number one evidence that is going to quash the whole case is that the conviction that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got, the victory that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got in Abia State. Abia State, the Supreme Court in Abia State said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, and he awarded him some victory. This is where that very judgment is going to play. This is where that judgment is going to play. A court in that same contraption called Nigeria have said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, so he deserves his bail. It was the Janjaweed government that went to his house to kill him, and he escaped for his life. And Chukwu Okikabe helped him. He survived. That is the clear evidence. If they are not satisfied with that, Ejiofor have already filed a motion, supplying a lot of information that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave to him while he was in Israel, how he escaped with his life, how he was able to get to Israel. Every of that explanation have been made. Our lawyer Ejiofor have submitted that to the Supreme Court, and they need to study it. There are so many things that is going to grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom from this very court. So, when you are following the case and looking critically to things that are happening, you will see that our Supreme Court Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. They are only trying to intimidate him, trying to frustrate him, trying to detain him and delay him as much as they can in order to continue to do their looting and continue to peddle their lies. But it's not going to stand. Yesterday was another victory. But the most victory goes to Biafran people. Every single Biafran person. I thank you that we never relented our effort. Biafrans are still standing strong, sitting at home on a daily basis without being pushed aside. Every one of us saw the propaganda that the politicians used with Soludo. You saw the propaganda they wanted to use to play down the seat at home with Soludo. They brought Soludo to go and take picture with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with a clothes they don't know where they got from. Did you see what happened in the court? How comes in the court, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court appeared with the same clothes again? With the same clothes. After Soludo have come and paint a picture that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very okay, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is living a flamboyant life, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is living very comfortable. But when you listen to what the lead counsel said, Uzekomo said, Uzekomo repeated the same thing, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu changing of clothes remains an issue. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still remaining on solitary confinement. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been denying every single right that he has. Up till now, he has not been given access to his medication. That is the true situation. But Soludo come to paint a picture, to douse the tension, to change the morale of the Biafran people. But Biafrans are weak. That is why I love our brother Simon Ekpa. That is why I love our brother Simon Ekpa. No matter any propaganda you bring, where we stand is seeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu making a broadcast from Afari Beko, from his father's compound. Then and only then, that is when we are going to relax everything that we are doing, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will take over. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain the supreme leader of IPOB and the leader of Biafran struggle. Biafran struggle has no other leader. And what we are fighting for is Biafra. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the court because of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken the case of Biafra to the world. United Nations knows about Biafra. So, if you are not fighting for Biafra, I don't know what you are fighting for. Whatever you feel you are fighting for the gate of freedom, go ahead and fight it, but don't attach our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to it. And do not attach the Biafran to it. Whatever name you want to bear to look for your freedom, whatever you want to answer to go your freedom, go ahead, use that name, pursue your freedom, do what you want to do. But do not try to use that to rub it on our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because you and I know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it, Biafra or death. And not until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out and change that language, every single one of us that are genuinely following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains and stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we all are saying it's either Biafra or death. There is nothing on the planet Earth that you can make to change the struggle that we are embarking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in captivity because of Biafra. And every single one of us, we are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. And nothing else. Whatever name you want to answer to get your own freedom, that is personal to you. Go ahead and begin to answer it. Whatever name you want to answer, whatever you want to register your name with, whatever you want to bear, any kind of angle you want to go ahead. But do not attach those kind of lies and frivolities. Don't attach those kind of falsehood to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from the day one when he started the struggle of Biafra, he has never changed one day. He is talking about Biafra, and Biafra is what he's fighting for. He has suffered with Biafra. He lost his parents because of Biafra. He lost his kingship because of Biafra. He lost everything and left his family because of Biafra. And he said it is either Biafra or death. Today, he is facing the court because of Biafra. So, if you are a sincere follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you must not say any other thing. You must not pursue any other thing apart from Biafra. If there were going to be any change, if there's going to be any change, it is after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must have come out. When we see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sitting before us face to face, broadcasting the way he has to do before, and I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot just wake up and change the name Biafra. He will give us reason why he is doing what he wants to do. He will give us reasons. But for us, those of us who are still here, following our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with our common sense, we know that Biafra have gone a long way. We have lost millions of people in the name of Biafra. The world knows that there are Biafrans. Biafra is a country that have existed in the past and still existed in the minds of those who are Biafrans. And Biafra comprises of the old Southeastern region, the present south of Nigeria, and the southeast with the lower Benue. That is the Biafran country. That is the Biafran nation. Undoubtedly, every single soul today who said that he doesn't know where Biafra is deceiving him or herself. And we will continue to fight for Biafra until Biafra comes. If there's a reason why we have to change our name from Biafra to whatever, it left Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to explain to us why, when, and how we're going to do that. But for anybody to come while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in captivity to begin to preach anything apart from Biafra, you're on your own. You're on your own. Nobody stops you from fighting for your freedom. If you want to pursue any other, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, if you know how to get your freedom, go and get it. But for us, he told us, if you know how to get Biafra, go and get it. That's what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us. If you know how to get Biafra, go and get it. He didn't tell us any other. He said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it time and time again. If you know how to get Biafra, go and get it. So, if you think you can get us Biafra by changing a name and answer a name to pursue Biafra, That is your own business. Go ahead. Go ahead. But for those of us who are ardent and hardcore followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is either Biafra or death. And the only man that has the right to change the narrative is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The politicians have tried by all means possible. And I thank you that the politicians we have today, the politicians we have, can never ever change the narrative. The Biafrans of today, they know what they want. Every single Biafran, we know what we want. What we are asking for is what? Referendum. Self-determination through referendum. That is what we are asking for. Self-determination through referendum. That is what every Biafran is asking for. Not only Biafran, even the Caliphate, the Janjaweed know what we want. They know. The only people that try to blackmail us and try to pretend not to know what we are looking for are our own politicians. The politicians in Biafra land. The politicians in Biafra are the most greedy and wicked people who are trying to make themselves relevant. In the process of making themselves relevant, they have refused to support Biafra. Instead, they are supporting the Caliphate and whatever the Caliphate stands for. They are supporting the Caliphate. But every single person living on the planet Earth today know what the people of Biafra want. We don't want any Igbo presidency. The Biafran people do not want any presidency of any kind. Not Igbo presidency, not Ijaw presidency, not Efi presidency, not Calabar presidency. We don't want any Biafran presidency. What we are looking for today is self-determination through referendum. And we are not calling for war. Biafrans are not calling for war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been interviewed several times face to face to ask him, will you go to war? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he is not going to go to war. That what is going to happen is that he is going to pursue self-determination through a referendum. But today they blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They talk about several kinds of blackmail. Different kinds of blackmail. They have used their unknown gunmen on different angles, on different way. They have used them and used them and used them. Politicians have used them and used them and used them. They couldn't succeed to blackmail IPOB or ESN. They have tried by all means to use their political unknown gunmen. We know very well that unknown gunmen was introduced by the federal government of Nigeria. From time immemorial, they introduced the issue of unknown gunmen. We have been hearing of unknown gunmen even before this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came on board. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came on board, the issue of unknown gunmen have been there. Unknown gunmen have been causing havoc in the country of Nigeria. But all of a sudden, today they brought it and they want to paint it on IPOB. Politicians in a politicking year using the unknown gunmen to kill themselves and fight against their opponents. And more is going to come. As their primary is coming, you're going to see more war. You're going to see more attack. You're going to see more attack against politicians, and they will try to blame it on IPOB. Meanwhile, these are rivalries, political rivalries. Political rivalries, but they have seen a cheap target. But Chukwu Okike Abiama is awake. Chukwu Okike Abiama will always vindicate us. He will always vindicate us. With all the blackmail they are bringing, each time they bring their blackmail, Chukwu Okike Abiama will vindicate us. Even with all the resources they have all the media as their disclosure. They have all their media at their disposal. Every media, conventional media in Nigeria is speaking up for the caliphate. Every media, including international media, they are speaking up for the caliphate. Look at the BBC. BBC have become a core agent. Every single thing BBC is projecting today is against Biafra. Every documentary you see them present today is against. There was one documentary I saw where they were presenting, showing where Biafrans were, how Biafrans attacked their own brothers in coastal region. BBC showing how Biafrans attacked their own brothers that they were celebrating their victory. People who say they were celebrating their victory and victory from Biafra. What a shame. What a shame. This is what BBC, peddling lies. And they will be the first one to begin to cause you fake news. But go and check every single news that the BBC is pushing today. They are all fake. Fake news. But they will be the ones to be quick to call you fake news. Every time the caliphate will write something and give BBC, they will go and broadcast without making investigation. You see the kind of destruction that is being caused in Abuja. You see the destruction that happened in Abuja, where properties of the Igbo people have been destroyed. Did you see BBC to go and make an investigation and know what was the cause? Did you see the coverage anywhere? You cannot hear them talk about it. They can't hear them speak about it. But they will focus on the IPOB, the ESN, and the Biafran people to demonize them. With all the losses we are incurring, BBC is trying on daily basis to make the victim the oppressor. The Biafrans are the victim. They are the victim at every given time. Biafrans are the victim. You saw the issue of our sister Deborah. Deborah that was killed in Sokoto State. What did they do? They go after the Igbos. Deborah is from Niger State. Deborah is not even a Biafran. Deborah is not a Biafran, let alone be an Igbo. From Niger State. But which people took the brunt? The attack came upon the Biafran people. They begin to destroy the property of Biafran people. They begin to destroy for something that doesn't have anything to do with the Biafran people. They begin to destroy the Biafran property. Deborah is from Niger State. And at the end of the day, who are the people coming to the rescue of the Deborah family? It's still Biafran people.